one of the chapters in the book I talk about is that you're a creator. So be the one for me. There's two elements of this. The one is an identity process.
Okay.
So I believe that success is an identity process. It's almost like, like for example, if you think you're a winner, you won't roll over and quit like a loser would. That's what we try to instill into our kids. If you think you're a loser, like you identify as like, I'm just a loser, dude, then you won't pay the price like a winner would. James Clear wrote the book Atomic Habits, and he said there's two boys. One of them stole the candy. I think we talked about this. They said to the first boy, did you steal the candy? The boy said, I didn't steal the candy. The other boy, they said, did you steal? He says, I don't steal. I didn't steal the candy as an action. I don't steal is an identity.
It's character.
It's your character. It's your identity. It's who I am as a man. It's who I am as a person, right? As a woman, as a man. So when you realize that you're the one, like, I'm the one. Like, I'm the one that over the last 12 generations, if you take your parents, your grandparents, great-grandparents, 4,094 people from all over the world have come together to create me and to have this moment. Like, your life has value and purpose and meaning. Like, your life matters. Like, you're the one. Okay. The second part is not become the one. You're already the one. Okay. The second part is be. So be is a very present state. So it's like, I thought, I want to write a book that's not like, I hope it inspires people. I hope it motivates people. But that's not why I want to write the book. I want to write the book and say, here's like a tactical roadmap of like literally what you would need to do to be that person today.
So good.
And so here's the skill sets and the strategies. And what I like about it is each chapter. So if anyone's ever heard me teach, for example, on a stage or whatever, like I teach through stories. It's just kind of it's like how I would illustrate things. And so each one's like a story and then the points that you can go apply, to kind of anchor down this identity of like, I'm the one, this idea of I'm a creator. So if you think of, for Jews and Christians, they would study the Bible, right? The very first line of the Bible, God introduces himself to the readers. The Bible's the most distributed book in the history of humanity. The very first line says this. It says, in the beginning, God did what to the heavens and the earth? He created. Very first thing, he's like, all right, welcome. Nice to meet you. Just so you know who I am, I'm a creator. Yep. And I think he's saying that. I don't think it's on accident. I think he's like, you're like
none
in
of it's
my
on
image.
Accident.
Yeah, like I want you to know you're a creator too. Like you're not just here to like just react to the world and then die.
Right.
You're here to like do some stuff and like create some stuff. If you study, Steve Jobs was more of a Buddhist bend, kind of like an atheist, but then a Buddhist bend. So a different kind of perspective on the world. Steve Jobs says everything around you that you now call life was created or built by someone no smarter than you.
Yep.
He says, once you realize this, he goes, you realize you can build your own things. He says, so don't just live a life, build one. Or another way he says, don't just live a life, create one.
Yeah.
Right? And so creation, like we talk about animals react. They build, their whole life is built on instinct.
Yep.
And the instinct, for example, I'll use an example of the African hunt. They said if a lion were to charge you, that you should stand your ground because they're like, what the frick is this guy doing? That's not normal. If they turn around and run, they instinctively are just going to.
Yeah, now it's prey.
It's prey.
Yeah, same thing. Someone with sharks. You ever see a shark, you stop and look it in the eye.
Yeah,
it's prey.
They're just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, we're not used to this. So it's instinct. Most people live in a world of reaction to distraction versus a world of intentional creation.
Yep.
Like a human can be like, you know what? And it happens first, like almost in thought before it happens in physical. So it's almost like in spiritual, in the spiritual realm, like a thought versus before it's physical.
Right.
It's like blueprints for a home before you live in it. Yep. But a human can be like, I'm going to go cast out a life. Like 1 year from now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this kind of physical fitness. And then they can go be that person. And so you can you can create new identities as a creator. They just finished the Museum of the Future in Dubai. It's this incredible museum, and it's all written in Aramaic. The whole, or in Arabic, pardon me. It's all written in Arabic. All the inscriptions on the outside. And I'm gonna paraphrase this, which I'll memorize this whole thing. But basically, what it says is, the things that we create it says we may not live for thousands of years, but the things that we create will.
Yeah.
And it's the same sentiment. It's like, you're a creator. Go live. Don't just live a life. Go create a life. So, from a Buddhist perspective, from a Jews and Christians perspective, from a Muslim perspective, all great cultures are trying to remind humanity that you're here on purpose by design. You're the one that can create and design an extraordinary life.